Hey guys, I am Adam. Welcome to the Vintage Sanctuary. So I know I put insane in the title of this video, but I think that's an accurate description and not clickbait. So I hope you will hang around and come to your own conclusion. But let me tell you a little story. So at last year's National 2022, I met Mike Moynihan for the first time, baseball collector, who's kind of the godfather or one of the really influential people in our card collecting community, especially for vintage. Anyway, when I met him at the National last year, it was on Wednesday night, the first night. And as soon as I saw him, we just happened to run into each other. I said, "Hey, Mike, would you go look at a card with me?" So we went and we looked at this 52 Topps Willie Mays that was PSA authentic. Off center, but looked really, really nice. And so this was a card from Mike Holland from MM7 Sports Cards, which I believe the MM7 stands for Mickey Mantle number 7, out of Oklahoma. And in fact, Mike Moynihan knew Mike Holland and had bought, Mike Moynihan had bought his Mickey Mantle rookie from Mike Holland in Oklahoma, and I believe went there, made a trip there to pick it up a few years back, whenever that was. So Mike Moynihan negotiated for me, and he got the price that I would have, tried to get, but actually, I don't know. I may not have been successful because Mike had this established relationship. So I really appreciate that. And I got it for, comps at the time, right in there with the comps for an authentic, but I thought gorgeous looking authentic. And then Mike Holland told me, he said, "You can bring this card back anytime during this entire national show and I'll give you your money back." And I almost did, just because I wasn't sure if I wanted to, own authentic cards that were graded authentic. Like if it's a card that's a strip card and it's hand cut and that's why it's authentic, I get it. That's, they were cut by hand on purpose. But like a card that's been messed with, altered, I just wasn't sure if I wanted to go that route. But I thought, well, I think I'm willing to make an exception because this is the 52 Topps Willie Mays, a card I really, really want, kind of the key to the Topps Willie Mays run. So I got the card and, generally happy with it for sure. But I must confess, over time, it was bugging me that I didn't know why it was authentic. Why did it not get a numerical grade? And then I started looking at the slab kind of at an angle, and it was like there was this little bit of fogginess or murkiness, and I'm like, is that something on the surface, or is that just something on the PSA slab itself? And I've used this plastic cleaner before, so I used some of that. I've had very good results with it, but it was still kind of there, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm going to send this card, cross it over to SGC, because I would like to know why. They will tell me why it's authentic. I'm thinking maybe trimmed. If you've seen some of my past videos, I assumed it was trimmed even though it measures the proper size. I thought, it must be a trimming because everything else looks good. Or I started to think the worst. Maybe this thing was cut in half and repaired. I don't know. Maybe they altered the surface, especially when I saw that little bit of fogginess at an angle, but I thought it might just be the PSA slab. So I sent it to SGC, willing, of course, thinking if it comes back and they say it's authentic because it's trimmed, evidence of trimming, I can live with that. It's a gorgeous looking card. I'd rather have a numerical grade, but, these cards, that was already really, really pushing my budget. So I can live with that. But if it comes back like surface altered, maybe, I'll try to sell it and get a 1 or grade or something. Well, it's back from SGC, and in my humble opinion, this is just insane. So let's check it out. By the way, I'll probably at some point, maybe I'll pause and go ahead and put pictures up of it in its PSA slab, and then for a little bit, few seconds, whatever, and then transition to the crossover opening. Okay, so I did take it out of the SGC box it came in just to make sure the slab wasn't damaged or whatever. So this is kind of a reenactment, and I may have said this earlier, I think I did. There might be a little glare, but we're just going to live with it because I want to get this video out. So this is how it came. Although the invoice, I turned the invoice upside down, but this is how it came basically. And then let me go ahead and take off these rubber bands and let me go ahead. So we are ready to find out why it's authentic. Are you ready? Oh, this card. You know, I probably should do another video where I've got better lighting because the color is such a rich purple. All right, here we go. 2.5. Apparently SGC saw no reason. I thought maybe that top edge was trimmed, but the reason I thought that was because, you know, PSA gave it authentic, so there's got to be some reason why they called it authentic. And so I figured, well, it must be that top edge was trimmed or something, even though it measured right. It's obviously off-center in two directions. It has, you know, some little indentations over here that I think are from the factory. I did not think that would keep it from a numerical grade. You know, the back is gorgeous as well. So check that out. Now, I know there's some glare here. Maybe what I'll do is I'll take this into another room where there's not glare and we can look at it some more there. Now, am I excited? I am so super stoked. That basically doubled or more the value of this card, this crossover. Oh, here's the other thing. They could have upcharged me and maybe should have upcharged me, and I would have been happy with that, but they did not. So I paid the $85 crossover fee plus the shipping. So what's my plan? Am I going to sell this to capture my big profits? No, I really wanted one that was numerically graded. I love this copy right now that I have. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Off-center, which is pretty darn common for this card, but for a lower grade to have this nice of a surface is, you know, really, really, really tough to find. So I am super stoked. I'm going to go ahead and stop this video, and then I'm going to take the card somewhere where we have better lighting so I can give you a better look at it, and then we'll wrap this up. All right, I'll talk to you real soon. So I could have waited till tonight when I had better lighting in the room I usually shoot videos, but I did not want to wait. So right now I'm, you know, in the closet, found a spot where, you know, not too much glare. I mean, ordinarily a card this off-center in a couple directions, I would generally pass on, but not this one. That doesn't bother me a bit because my priority was the color and the registration and the image. And this card, it's just knocking my socks off. And it happens to be really sharp too. I mean, this is just insane. Yes, I think calling this an insane crossover is not clickbait. I think that's totally fair. You know, hey, I'm not trying to just get people to comment. If you want to comment, comment. If you don't, of course don't. But tell me what you think in the comments. Share in my joy here, which I know you're happy to do, and I'm happy to share in your joy as well when you get cards that you're stoked about, you know, whether they're expensive or whether they're even a few dollars. If you're stoked about them, I'm happy to share in your joy. Oh, the deep purple here. This is a fantastic copy of this card, in my humble opinion. I hope you had a wonderful and peaceful time in the Vintage Sanctuary. Take care, my friends.